Do.
It's the pod.
Welcome to the Gay Pod.
Welcome to the Gay Pod.
I love how you sing it every time. I just yell into the microphone, being obnoxious. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I need caffeine.
I'm fantastic. As I was texting you all day, and I said, I am so anxious.
I'm so anxious all the time. It was so funny too because like it's crazy to get caught up in your own head like that and just be like, oh my god, wait, other people don't think like this. I need to calm down.
No, literally.
I need to take if you know what I was referencing, but like I literally just need to take a chill pill.
Yeah,
and, like
literally.
that's all it is. It's so crazy. I hate the human brain is so stupid.
It's ridiculous how much it can overthink and just like send you into spirals, and then you just take a second and you're like, wait, none of that actually fucking matters.
No, we need to balance check the human brain in the next set of patch notes that come out.
Yes.
Because this shit is crazy. Speaking of crazy shit, first topic of business that I think I want to talk about, it has to be the monkey.
The monkey.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we went and saw the monkey on like opening night last week on Thursday at a 9:35 showing. Shout out Dan, Luke, and Bash. And you should talk about it first, so that way. Yeah, you should talk about it first.
As the non-resident horror movie expert, because that's obviously your title. Yeah, the monkey. Obviously spoilers. There's going to be spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler
Sorry.
alert warning. Wah, wah, wah.
So I had, other than seeing the trailer and the first like little snippet that you had showed me, I had no idea what this movie was about. I was just like, all right, another horror movie that Antonio's showing me. Let's go. I did not realize how much I would fucking love it. Oh my gosh. It was so fun. It's so campy. The director, Osgood Perkins, he killed it, man. Literally killed it. Literally. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
The story was solid. It covered basically everything that it talked about. Like, it circled back to everything. It had strong first half, second half, third half. Like, that shit was just on lock. Not to mention, it's just hilarious. So if you don't know, The Monkey is about basically two brothers that find this toy monkey that their father had previously.
I'll throw up a picture right here of the infamous toy monkey.
And you know the monkey, like, even if you've never seen it, like, you've seen it. It's in the zeitgeist of the movie world and just pop culture. And so basically they open up this monkey when they're little boys and it kills people. Like, you wind that bitch up and it kills people. And you don't know who it's going to kill until it's done. So then basically, like, fast forward, whatever, they, like, throw the monkey in a well, and then they're like, all right, it's done. We don't have to worry about that again. And then, 25 years later, it comes back and is, like, fucking up their lives again. Or one person's life again. But I just had so much fun with it. The way that they kill people in the movie is actually absurd. It makes you think, oh my god, like, somebody had to die like that, and it's so sad. But, like, you watch it in the movie, and it's like, that's actually crazy. Like, God, excuse me, holy shit.
Oh my god, he's coming.
I think the one that we could not stop talking about is one of the brothers is in this motel And he's going outside, he's like just clearing his head or whatever, and there's somebody that's going to go dive into the pool. Well, what you don't see is that there's an electric current that's running through the water because the air conditioner or something on the top of the roof like fell off. And there's a girl on the diving board, and she literally doesn't, her fingers touch the tip of the water, and she goes boom and explodes. Just blood, guts, horror, she doesn't even hit, her head doesn't even hit the water.
The water surface doesn't even break, and she just explodes. And it was the funniest thing I've seen in a movie in a long time that just had me bust out laughing. Like to preface, like, I heard that this was a movie that was going to come out, and I went ahead and I went and read the 20-page short story, or however long it is. I think it's like 20 pages, 15, 20 pages, that Stephen King wrote. It came out in like an anthology of books that in an anthology book that he did. So it was one short story amongst a bunch of other ones. In that one, I think the idea really is, like, the story really is like, oh, so death really is just random and there is no excuse for it. And even when you have control over it, you don't really. Like, you can't escape it, and it's inevitable. My favorite part of the movie, and I think really the heart of the movie is, I think her name is Tatiana Maslany. She plays the mother role in this movie, and she's just so fun and so warm, and a really necessary energy to all this crazy, brutal shit. But my favorite line in my Letterboxd review, literally, she goes, "Everybody dies," and she like smiles afterwards. She tells her kids like, "Oh, like, your friends are gonna die, their parents are gonna die, their dogs are gonna die, their grandparents are gonna die. Like, it just happens, and there's nothing we can really do about it. So you might as well just have fun while you're alive. And when it happens, it happens." So the short story doesn't really cover all that in true Stephen King fashion. It's kind of just like this really bleak, like, horrific things are happening. They overcome it by throwing the ending in the movie is way different than the ending in the book. I actually think I prefer the ending in the movie. The ending in the book, they wrap the monkey up and row a boat out into the middle of this lake and throw the monkey in the lake. And there's this whole like raging typhoon and ghost ships and things. And they make it back to shore or whatever, knowing that it will never return. But the book ends kind of ominously with like, it will return. But I think the movie does a lot better of a job, and it kind of talks about, it feels like it was hinting at like grief and family grief, and just how like death is tragic and it hits everybody at the same time. But unfortunately, like, there isn't a rhyme or a reason for it, and that's kind of the burden that we have to carry. And I think that that's what this monkey sort of represented in the movie. My favorite shot, I think, is at the end of it in the car, and you see his little eyes peeking up over the dashboard. Like, the thing that I really loved about the movie is it made this antagonistic force like kind of cute and funny. Every time you think you understand where this movie's about to go, it pivots in another way where you're like, oh fuck, like, you don't think they could keep turning the level up, but they turn it up and up and up. All of the actors did such a good job. Osgood Perkins actually has a role in it. R.I.P. Uncle Chip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the craziest deaths.
It was also the craziest cut.
The cut is perfect. The cut is fucking awesome.
It's literally one of my favorite cuts I think I've seen in a movie. Like,
yes.
It was just... And the thing about it is, like, if this movie wasn't as absurd as it was, it would have been very bleak and very sad and very horrific. But I think taking this approach of, like, this campy giddiness and having characters that feel larger than life, and even just turning the dial past 10 to 12 and even 15, and damn, I'll even say 20, because when you have the character of death walk into your movie and walk out, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The way the last frame of the movie is fucking hilarious. Go see The Monkey.
Go see The Monkey. It's great.
It's so good.
Theo James, amazing.
So good. He plays two people.
Yes. And like, it was completely different performances, which was great. I love that movie. It was great. It was so funny, so silly, so campy. And it just makes light of, like, the inevitable.
Yeah, it's really, really goofy.
As you were saying.
Yeah. And then, like, speaking of the inevitable, like, all the trailers before The Monkey, by the way, were really good for, like... So, I don't think they showed us a Final Destination Bloodlines trailer, which kind of would have been funny before The Monkey, because they're almost, like, birds of a feather. Like, they're kind of the same thing.
At Billie Eilish.
At Billie Eilish, yeah. But there's... Together... looks crazy. The last frame of the trailer for this movie Together with one of the brothers, one of the Franco brothers.
Oh yeah. Oh, with Allison Brie, it's James Franco
and James. No,
Dave
Franco.
Sorry, Allison Brie.
And their eyelashes like wiggling together. Yo, that movie's gonna be crazy.
I can't remember what it was called.
Together.
That's it.
Yep.
Oh shit. Hell
That's
yeah.
all. That's all it's called.
I love that. It looks so good.
Yeah, I am very excited for that one. Were there other trailers before that? I said that they were all good, but some of them I can't remember. There was a snippet for Osgood Perkins' next movie at the end of The Monkey that was really good. Even the opening to The Monkey is fucking crazy. It kind of sets the stage for like what's about to go.
Oh, totally.
I'm trying to think about like I wonder if I could Google the trailers. Nah.
The Rami Malek one, the spy
one. He plays a hacker for the 47th time. All right. We get it, bro. I want to see him do something else. When he did Freddie Mercury, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I like that biopic.
I'm not watching Better Man or whatever it's called. I'm not watching
the Bob Dylan movie.
I'm not watching the Monkey movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait. Oh,
oh God,
the British guy, the Robbie
something
Williams.
Yeah, Robbie
Williams. Did you say that?
No.
Okay, slay.
But I know it's about. Is it called A Better Man?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm chill. But people were like, "Loki, it's a sleeper hit, though."
No. I know they tried to push that guy. He was like a 90s British artist. They tried to push him in America and he just didn't work.
Yeah.
What's his one fucking song? He has one song that everybody knows.
I didn't even know about him until this movie came out.
Wait, now I need to play it because what's the one line in that movie that went viral? He's like, "Are you ready for 2 hours of rocking your fucking socks off?"
I didn't even see that. That's hilarious, though.
And then he plays this fucking song. You'll know it as soon as I play it, and I have to now.
Copyright incoming.
Sorry.
Put Percy's meows over this, please. Meow 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 meow.
No, why am I not gonna find it now?
Also, if you guys hear someone else talking, no, you don't. They've been dead for 20 years.
Wait, you have like the song is.
Oh, what the fuck? Not gonna lie, I used to bop to this shit in Just Dance.
But it's like
we have to take that out, right? No, we don't. We don't even make money. But that's so funny, actually. Then yeah, I do know his one song from Just Dance. There you go. Those of us demon vertigo. They think she's made of candy. Well, I guess we can, if we're staying on the horror topic, we can segue into Yellow Jackets. Every episode that comes out from like 2 weeks ago until the end of this season of Yellow Jackets is going to be mentioned, and I'm going to put it in the thumbnail. And what are you going to do about it? I want engagement. I want views. Hi, people who watch Yellow Jackets. I hope you're back from the last one.
Hi, Pookies.
Again, spoiler warning. Dude, do we even need to... Every topic we talk about is just going to have a big spoiler warning.
It's going to be a spoiler fest. And that's just like what our show is going to be about. So if you're not with it, it's okay. And we respect that. But like... Sorry, this is our show, Pookies.
Yeah, like, we gotta talk about it because
we've saved this. Like, we've specifically saved these chats for the podcast you for your entertainment.
And if you're not watching Yellow Jackets, again, that's on you. You should be watching Yellow Jackets. That's crazy.
If you love me, you'll watch Yellow Jackets. If you have any sort of love for me, you'll watch Yellow Jackets. Okay, I digress.
After this most recent episode, these bitches definitely got like some type of poisoning.
Oh, it doesn't even put it past me now that like they're poisoned and they're also starving and hungry, and like this is just the group psychosis thing. And I fear that the only sense of magic that we might be getting is from Lottie's visions, which I do think is magic. I do think she can like see the future or whatever. But yeah, I definitely think it's like a gas leak of psychosis or some shit.
I saw a theory about the river turning red last season and it tasting like blood is like there's a nearby, like obviously they're above a bunch of mines, right? Like people keep going underground into caves, or things are coming from underground. There are random birds and animals that just keep dying around them or are acting weird. We just saw last episode that they fully went underground into a cave and went through some type of They were being exposed to some chemical or gas underground, and it caused them to hallucinate. And they were luckily pulled out by Coach Ben. At some point, it's really, every time we think there's an air of mysticism, like I know last episode we were definitely like, oh my god, magic, magic, magic. But this time I'm like, no, there are natural explanations for everything happening, but that doesn't mean there can't be a spiritual or mystic force behind all of it.
100%.
So I really think that moving forward, I think that we need, it's kind of like a situation with the monkey where like it's not, this force is pushing them in a direction or it's activating things, but it's not entirely, it's using realistic elements to get what it wants.
Totally.
Like the other thing too, we've learned where this no-eyed man came from, allegedly. I'm still 50-50 on that. I still don't think we got the whole, I do not think that commercial was the explanation. Because even then that character looks so out of place in that commercial.
Oh yeah.
So I think that when they went to this place, I think it was the wilderness reaching out to them, or this spirit finding them in the real world and being like, you got to come back. You got to give me what I want. And Van said exactly that. I think it's time to give it what it wants, or we need to feed it again.
What are they feeding?
Lottie, you're crazy, girl. You're crazy for giving Callie that necklace. Ooh. When I stood up and yelled, so I was watching it with Bash and Maddie. You probably hear Bash in the other room right now, but like we were all sitting, we were eating dinner, and we were watching Yellow Jackets. And when Lottie gave Callie that necklace, I let it sit and ruminate for like 5 to 10 minutes when the scene was happening. And then when it cut to someone else, I literally stood up and was like, oh my God, she's going to get hunted next.
Yes. Yeah. Callie's done.
She's cooked.
Callie's cooked.
Well, part of me hopes that like this turns into like a find and eliminate thing where like Callie and her mom are working together to like defend themselves from whatever is about to come.
Yes.
And hopefully break this. I wonder if, because now Callie is under fire, if Shauna fighting back and killing the rest of them is going to have some like cosmic repercussions.
Oh, I totally agree with that.
I hope so. That'd be cool. But also they could just be crazy. They could all just be fucking crazy.
Well, the thing that I think that you're right with along those lines is Lottie reinforced it literally in that scene. She's like, what did she say? She was like, I had it in my head and now I just lost it.
I don't remember what she said.
She was like, Callie wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
When they were in the wilderness hunting.
That was crazy.
I don't know. That just like little foreshadowing, little.
Also, R.I.P. Aquila girl.
Oh,
you ate something that was delicious. You're gonna die. The pomegranate theory or whatever, that like before you die, you're eating something beautiful or having something that you want. R.I.P. girly. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, not to mention, the slap bracelet in the dream. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Some people, I've seen theories of like that's how they're gonna like die, like, or that's why Aquila's gonna die, because she didn't feel any pain, and like Van has like, because she's so pure, like she hasn't really done anything. She was keeping the dead mouse. She was, she's like the pure one of the group.
Yeah.
Van has made some questionable decisions, so that's why she got a cut. And then Shauna's fucking batshit crazy, which is arguable. I think she's crazy, but there's reason behind it. Like there is obviously reasons behind it. But I've seen also theories of like that's the like strength of the relationship with Jackie, because Akilah was a sophomore, so she was younger then. She wouldn't have known Jackie. Van kind of knew Jackie. She didn't pull her out of the plane, so that's why she got cut. But then Shauna's fucking suffocating because they're gay.
Yeah.
So I've just seen so many fucking theories. Question for you. I think all Yellow Jackets fans should have one insane theory. You get one insane one. Like, that's probably not true, but you would, like, double down on it. Or just, like, secretly would think it would be fun. Do you have a crazy fucking theory?
Eldritch Appalachian gods. I would like more old earth, like, spiritualism or some type of force that is like hungry, that these poor girls just happen to be a part of and didn't know that they woke up this sleeping thing. I know that we're going to get a lesser answer, an answer I don't want, because most shows don't like to go that crazy, but I like to think that this is some older god that is tasking these girls with like, or that sort of, these girls were already a little bit all fucked up in their own ways, and it shows you that throughout, like, especially in the beginning when you learn more about the characters pre-plane crash and then during the plane crash. You're like, okay, so these characters are all a little bit damaged, but who isn't? But I think this eldritch god essentially allowed them the ability to, like, tap into their most primal selves, especially to survive the wilderness, and it's just using them as, like, a fucked up little game. And it's seeing who's more loyal, who's not more loyal. Ultimately, I like to think that if they kill enough people, this thing starts to walk the earth again or something. Again, I don't think we're going to get that as much as I would like to think that that's what's happening. We're not. You know, so many people are doing a good job of picking up on things I haven't watched on the show, especially online. So I think that when it comes to like theories about the mercury poisoning or the iron poisoning, I think that those are totally and completely valid. I think that Ty having another self is literally, I think we're just going to learn that all of these girls are damaged, and being in the wild just sort of like amplified that, and they just couldn't adjust to reality. And so they're triggered whenever someone talks about this stuff, and it's making them all spiral collectively.
Totally.
But I don't know. I've also seen someone explain that triangle symbol is like the symbol for these mines or whatever, like is an old mining map. And like, that's not actually really anything. It's literally just like something from something else that they're misinterpreting. I've seen a lot of really interesting theories. But I, for one, think that, I think that would be my wild one, is eldritch Appalachian gods willingly and wantingly scooping up a group of kids from the 1990s and infecting them and then sending them on their merry little way to kind of fuck with a place outside of wherever they are.
I love that.
A place outside of the woods, outside of the mountains. It wants to terrorize the local New Jerseyans, I guess. Yes. I don't know.
Well, you mentioned that when we were watching it in the moment. We saw the dream sequence. We didn't know it was the dream sequence in the moment. And you were like, it was showing all the individual dreams first. And you were like, oh my God, earth, wind, fire, it's the elements. And I was like, wait, he's cooking. I was like, well,
it still is. And then like when Thaisa was doing her little ritual on the table, like we saw in the last episode, she had a flower, she had a candle, and she had a cup of water. So are they doing rituals to old gods? Like, is that actually happening? Or again, is this just like, but the cancer thing.
See? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's the give and take theory.
Yeah, I definitely think they're tapping into some universal force that is like, because the give was her cancer being cured. The take was that waiter.
Yep.
The give in or I would also say the give in that moment was like, because it showed us one positive thing happening for them. And then the take was that all of a sudden Shauna's car brakes don't work.
Yep.
And so it's just like, I think that that's interesting. I don't know. I also still want to know. I know that the soccer team is Yellow Jackets, but I refuse to believe. I want to believe that there are subtle things happening in the writing that reflect like Yellow Jacket behaviors in nature, and that if we watch it more clearly, we can like, or once everything's all wrapped up, we can go back and go, holy shit, like they were just emulating Yellow Jacket tendencies. Like one thing I saw is that Yellow Jackets traditionally, they don't build nests outside, they burrow underground. And the thing that we've seen the most happening this season is a lot of characters have either fallen in pits. This whole last episode was spent in a cave. Who knows how much longer we're spending in these caves? Could be a whole fucking season, and then they come out crazier.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, period. No, I love that. I really like the elemental theory. I really like the idea of something supernatural. Because we've always said that. And that's why, like, you got me on the show. Because you're like, lesbians and supernatural powers. I was like, hell yes. I think one of the craziest theories that I've seen is that Pit Girl is after they got rescued. I think...
Ooh, we're back.
Hey, hi. Didn't see that.
Who knows how long it was out? It doesn't feel like 2 minutes.
I don't think it was that long.
But yeah, no, I think that I'm gonna finish what you're gonna say. It's Callie.
That would be fucked up,
but it can't be, because during that scene, the one person took their hood off and it was Misty. Remember?
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, so
it can't be Callie.
So I'm gonna guess then that's like a day or two before they get picked up.
That's what I've seen people say too.
Yeah.
Because it's like the last thing before like a bad horrible event, and then they get picked up.
I also saw someone say that the doctors who had to like do analyses or like just make sure that they were okay probably saw what had happened to a bunch of them out there. Like they would have seen that Shauna gave birth and there's no baby when they got picked up. Whoops. They would have seen, oh God, what else would they have seen?
They didn't.
They would have seen that Lottie like has a record of like a mental health issue and that she'd gone 19 months without her medication. That's crazy. And then Van's whole face is fucked up, but it healed like that. It healed, which is crazy.
Yeah. The fact that she didn't die of fucking rabies.
They got the bear and then they got attacked by wolves. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Or did those things happen?
I actually don't remember the order of that.
But
I think the wolves might have happened first, because I remember Ty and Van went off into the forest.
Yeah.
And they were trying to like find and be fucking
crazy
found.
Yeah.
But shit, I don't know. You never know. Like Yellow Jackets is crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited. So the next episode is called 12 Angry Girls and One Coach Ben, I think, or something like that. So it's definitely, they're going to put this man on trial and talk about it. But the thing that fucking sucks is like, also I've seen some people say that there's a Coach Ben hate online, which is actually crazy, because if y'all are really believing a bunch of these cannibalistic little girls that this guy is evil when he's done nothing to be evil, that's crazy, number one. Number two, they're going to try this man and they're going to end up killing him and eating him. Because even every time they do a preview, they keep showing this long box and they're putting a lid on it. And I'm like, dude, that's him.
It's
like,
Ben. Oh, yeah, he's cooked.
And so, I don't know. I'm our boy's done. And the thing that sucks is like, because he's not in that final...
The walking off the plane.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like that. Now they're not going to have an adult as like a voice of reason, and they're truly going to go crazy.
Well, okay, not to add to Coach Ben slander, but I did see something that I forgot about that I was like, wait, maybe he's not great. Remember when Shauna was giving birth and this poor Aquila teenager, this small child that has no medical advice, no degree, no nothing, hasn't even graduated high school. There's one adult in the group, and they go, Coach Ben, we need your help. That bitch walks outside. He said, no, thank you. Hello? How are you going to be the only adult and not fucking help? Like, granted, he
doesn't know how to do it either.
But he's the adult in the room.
Oh, I would leave because I'm not watching a teenage girl die, and that screaming would be overstimulating. So, sorry, Shauna girl. You're stuck in there by yourself. Yeah, also...
See, if Shauna would have died, I would have fucking hated Coach Ben. Fuck that guy. Fuck Coach Ben.
Shouldn't
have
been fucking your best friend's man when you're a lesbian.
So that was supposed to be a bit, and I don't think it was very funny.
The microphone hitting the ground was.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, no, that's going to be so much fun to listen to in my Pro Gamer headphones.
Sorry, Post Antonio.
God, yeah, Yellow Jackets is great. Drag Race last week.
I have thoughts. We kind of talked about this.
Anya Nerve, you struggled to learn choreography I just taught you. We're not going to let you win. Is a crazy way to judge somebody. And guess what? She did the fucking best. I cannot believe the nerve. And I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, because would I do any better? No. But like from the way the show is edited, and even just the performances, I don't think that What's Her Face had the strongest. I don't think that she deserved to have been in the top with the rest of them. Susie too. I almost said Lucy LaDuca.
Let loose. I said let loose.
I mean, but also the same. But no, I don't think Susie Toot did that great. I mean, like she had the longer song, but like I don't.
It was very Susie. It was very like that was the musical theater song of. Okay, obviously it's the Rusical, so it is musical theater, but it was like the most basic musical theater song, and that's Susie's shtick. Like. She really should have gone for another character. It was her and fucking Acacia, right?
Acacia forgot. R.I.P. Acacia.
Girl, come on. I don't know. It was just mid. It wasn't my favorite. The runway was stunning.
Yeah.
The runway was stunning.
All of their runways are pretty good.
No, for real.
That's the hard thing about this season is like they can't do shit except walk a runway.
No, literally. I'm like, wait.
Some of them were really good. Some of them, I don't remember ones. There wasn't one that stood out to me as like bad, but a lot of them I thought were really good. I think my favorite number out of all of them, like Anya's obviously is my favorite, but I think the second runner up is like the trio.
The trio,
yeah,
wait, the trio 8.
Yeah, it was really good.
Was shocked that none of them were in the top.
Me too.
Shocked.
That's why I'm like Susie too didn't really. I feel like Arietti.
Yeah. Thank you. Arietti was so good.
Or Lux or anyone from that trio should have made it up in the top. I really think they did a really good job. And I think also, again, I'm just going to say critiquing Anya Nerve for not picking up choreography that she just got taught is not even a valid critique because she got it by the end of she got it when it was the most important.
No, literally. Here's the thing with that. They are trying. She's obviously number one. She's winning. There's just no doubt in my. I wish they had Drag Race at the fucking casinos. Like I would go put $500 on Anya Nerve right now. Yeah. Right now, she's taking it. She's taking the entire thing. I will bet everything on that.
Me too.
They need to make her look like she's struggling so that she can have like an underdog kind of like build up. And she's just not. She's just not struggling. She's just so good.
And next week is a design challenge, so I hope she fucks up someone else's outfit.
I don't know. I think the trio was my favorite by far. I loved Anya, but the trio was so good.
Yeah.
They were so cohesive.
It was
together.
better than you thought it was going to be, which is why it was good.
Exactly. Lexi did amazing. Lana did fucking stellar. Like they all had vocals.
They did.
Vocals for days.
I think Acacia, like the fact that she wanted it and she fought for it and she got it is respectable. It just sucks that it didn't pan out how she wanted it to. And ultimately, like I think they chopped her a little bit in the edit because she didn't sing horribly. It was really good. I just think that like my question is like what more did they want her to do for that part? I mean, she captured all the stuff that What's Her Face does in the movies anyway. She wanders around, clasps her hands together and like throws them back and like sings to the sky.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, what else did they want her to do? And again, hey Corey, hey girl, I love you. I really am having fun with you on the season. I'm happy you're there. I think you should host the pit stop. However, unfortunately, I think the fact that you stayed is kind of bullshit. Mostly because I respect you for putting the wig back on, but that was genuinely crazy considering your boyfriend told you to glue down your wig.
That was what fucking got me. When I was watching Untucked, and Lydia was like, are we sure we don't want to glue this down just a little bit more? Girl, it was coming up from the... Like, yeah. I could have told you it was coming off. Corey, I love you. There's no hate in my heart for Corey. I fucking love Corey. I don't know. It was like...
Mid.
It was just mid. It was just a mid lip sync all around.
But Corey low-key did eat up the, like, lyricism and stuff. Like...
Sure.
Yeah, I mean...
Sure.
Because I can't even remember what Acacia did. But I see Corey throwing her body everywhere. So...
It was just not my favorite.
The runway pack...
It was Corey's best runway.
True. Because it wasn't a fucking bodysuit.
Queen. Now I'm in no place to say anything, but like, holy shit.
This is all of our opinions.
This is opinions.
We don't
like,
do
who gives
drag.
a fuck?
If we get dragged on the internet, hey Queen, thanks for the clip.
You can drag me.
Yeah.
Actually, hey Corey King, you should.
Hey Corey King, you should pick me up.
You should drag me.
I have something else in my phone. Oh, so I'm a little late to it, but I finally watched The Wild Robot. It was so good. Lupita Nyong'o, I love you, girl. You really acted down, even though you're playing a robot. You really ate it up. It was a really cute movie. If you have Peacock, go watch it. It's cute and it made me cry. And I am always amazed at the field of animation and what they choose to do, and how they choose to animate things always blows my mind away. And I don't think I'll ever get tired of watching animated movies. They're always a sleeper hit most of the time. I'm still waiting for an animated horror movie. I think that could be a lot of fun, but I haven't seen one yet. The only one I would say counts is Mad God. I tried watching Mad God. I got like 40 minutes into it, but for some reason I just couldn't vibe with it. But I bet if I was in more of like a chill mind state, I probably could enjoy that movie. It's a stop motion movie made by the cinematographer of Jurassic Park.
Hell yeah.
It took him like 20 years to make.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's crazy, but you could tell the work is in it, and that's why I ended up watching. I knew at 15, 20 minutes I knew it wasn't going to be for me, but I was like, out of respect, I'm going to watch as much as I can because I can tell how much work you put into this. And while it might not be for me, I'm not going to take away from like the art that went into that shit, because it truly is like, if you're into like, it's truly beautiful. Like, it's just really good. Very weird, but very good. But yeah, The Wild Robot, really good. I like it. We're like a gay version of like Eggers and whatever. You know what I'm talking about? The old timey movie reviewer guys. Like you would see, like it was a guy's name and another guy's name. Yeah.
Yes. I can't remember the names.
Because I remember when I would watch like horror movie documentaries and stuff like that, whenever like these people, these movie critics watch the movies, you always hear them go, I sat down and I watched The Exorcist 3 Believer, and I thought that, we just don't need movies like this anymore. And like I think that we talk about movies so frequently on here. We almost debated, like, secret bit of lore, like we almost debated on just making this entire thing about movies. Yep. But as much as I love watching movies, I don't know if I could dedicate an hour to just that. So we cover the pop culture spectrum.
Pop culture.
Speaking of pop culture spectrum, actually, what's your favorite animated movie?
Ooh, that's a great question. Toy Story 2.
Work.
Hands down.
I'm gonna do something that might ruin my career on the internet. I worked with somebody.
No, don't do it.
Maddie, don't do it. No. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna get it out of the way. There was a woman I worked with in high school when I worked at this smoothie shop for rich people. Kirsten, if you're watching this, shout out. She delivered the first read to me that truly changed my life and really humbled me as a person moving forward. You bring up Toy Story 2. She told me I look like the Chicken Man from Toy Story 2. I look like Al from Al's Toy Barn. Yeah, I'm never financially recovering from that. You can pop up a picture right here. I'll cut in super close to my face. We can do a side-by-side. Sometimes you get read so fiercely that you just go, they got me, gal. And I think it's one of the funnier things because when I say that, people go, oh my God. And I'm like, oh my God. I'll never escape those allegations. And I might as well, before someone on the comments gets at me, I might as well just nip it in the bud right now. I've heard it. You can keep it. You can save it. And I think it's funny to talk about it on the podcast.
Al's Toy Barn.
Book.
Go all the way to work on a Saturday. All the way to work.
I also like that movie because it has like, I don't know, it's just fun. It's great. Tell me why it's one of your favorite animated movies.
Shout out Dave, my father. My dad loves the Toy Story franchise, which makes a lot of sense if you know him. Like, he is just a little... Shout out Dave. He's a little dorky guy, and those movies are just fun and silly, and we quote them all the time. I think it's like one of the first movies that made me like violently sob. You know what scene I'm talking about?
When somebody loves me. Oh my God. Whoa.
So actually, I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
literally, like, that scene.
I think like as a kid, I would always watch Toy Story, and my brain would save me. And like, when that part come on, I'd be like, like my ADHD would protect me, and I'd like be like, what the fuck? Like, whoa, the ceiling. Yeah.
But yeah, I love that movie. It's just so wholesome. There's so many good lines in it.
Shout out! Oh my God, what's her name? That actress
who plays Jessie.
Yes.
She's also in
Shameless,
and she's in. I just watched it. Confessions of a Shopaholic.
She's in.
Fuck, what's her name?
She's in Looney Tunes Back in Action. Oh my God.
She's somebody's sister too. Like, her brother's a famous actor.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's gonna kill me.
We'll keep talking. It'll come.
It will.
But yeah. Also, like, I don't know why there are so many like. That part in the airport with the baggage claim always like stuck out to me.
Yes.
I think that like for some reason the part where they're in the gumball machine or all the gumballs come out, I just remember looking at those and going, those look like some really good fucking gumballs. Or bouncy balls.
The
or whatever
bouncy
they
balls,
were. Yeah.
yep. In the Buzz Lightyear toy store.
Oh my God, yeah. And then I think like the yeah, it's just all is really good. That's a really good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's so many good quotes. When Woody's trying to save Wheezy and all the toys are watching from the window and he's like, he's selling himself for 25 cents and he's like, Slinky's like, oh, come on, Woody, you're worth more than that.
Yeah, dude. All of that. Yeah.
So good.
I refuse to watch 4 though.
Really? You haven't seen it?
No. Not to be a boomer, but like I don't want to. It seemed cash grabby, so I just didn't watch it, and I just haven't got an intense passion. Anytime I want to watch an animated movie, low key, like specifically, I guess a Pixar movie, it's either Turning Red. It's either Turning Red or it's Zootopia.
Oh, classics. Wait, if you could pick one favorite animated movie, what would you pick? Ooh, that's a hard one for you, I know. Ooh.
That is really hard. God, I don't even know.
Do you have a top 3?
I might Oh my God. Spirited Away is just the one that keeps coming into my head. Have you seen Spirited Away? No. Oh my God, I forgot you haven't seen Spirited Away. I'm going to start crying. It's Spirited Away is so fucking good. Like, like Bash, like he had never seen it before and he's not a big animated movie person. And as a surprise, he took me to go and see it with a bunch of his old coworkers. And we saw it in a movie theater, and it's still good. Like,
what's the plot of it?
It's about a little girl and her mom and dad are moving into a new town, and as a little like distraction, they stop, or they think they're going to their house, but they accidentally pull up to this tunnel, and when they walk inside of it, they find an old theme park, and what they don't know is that it's actually a place for spirits to go to relax when night falls. And her parents foolishly get trapped by an evil witch, and she has to work at the grand bathhouse of this theme park to get her parents back and work off their debt.
Wait.
And here's another, like, Maddie and I don't have a lot of tensions in our friendship, and I'm really thankful for that. But the one part of me and the one thing about Maddie that's really frustrating is she will never watch The Labyrinth ever again. No matter how much I beg and plead and cry, she just is not interested in picking it up and watching it. But, like, it is just one of those movies where the fantasy is operating at such a high level that when you're watching it, it feels like you're living a lifetime. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. The story is moving at such a pace where you're like, by the end of the movie, you feel like a brand new person. Like you're looking through like new eyes or whatever. It's one of those rare movies where like you watch it and your soul feels refreshed when you're done. And it romanticizes life again. I guess it has to be Spirited Away just because I'm talking about it so romantically. But other ones like Inside Out, Turning Red, How to Train Your Dragon.
Wait.
How to Train Your Dragon. Fuck them for making a live action version. And I'm saying that from the deepest place because the animation of How to Train Your Dragon, I think, was so revolutionary and so beautiful and felt so real. And the fact that they think that they need to make it feel any more real just feels disrespectful to the people who put so much time and effort into the original movie. And again, this feels like, I feel like as I grow older, I realize some of my takes are kind of crotchety and I don't know if I would agree with myself, but that movie was also so important to me because I loved the books when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And when I saw that they made a movie and it was beautiful. The soundtrack is beautiful. The acting is great. The visuals are fucking amazing.
Insane.
It is a crazy movie for kids to watch, like, because it just feels like anybody, any age can watch it.
No, literally.
And every movie in that series hasn't been a bad one.
No, literally. Oh, my favorite shot is when they're flying and they just go and they see all the fucking dragons in the first one. And it's just like that POV point of view. Stunning.
I also love when they turn upside down. Yeah, dog.
Yes!
Yeah, dog.
Yes!
That's the shit right there.
Oh, How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
Go.
No, go. You go.
Go.
I'm not going.
I do want to see the live action one just because I have such like a heartfelt spot for it in my heart. But like, it's not going to be as good as the original.
No.
It's just not. You can't. Also, it didn't even come out that long ago, which pisses me off.
Yeah, not even 20 years, and we're already choosing to remake it. Fuck you guys. Even the director of the animated movie was like, yeah, I'm so glad we're taking it to this new elevated space. I think we can do a lot more. And I'm like, fuck you.
Bro.
Like, if I ever made a movie half as good as that, I wouldn't want anyone to remake it live action, especially if it was animated. I feel, well, I grew up in animated movies. My youngest sibling is going to school for animation. A lot of people I know work in that space and like do art and digital art period. And so it just feels really disingenuous and feels really nasty and icky to like say that the last one wasn't good enough, so now we need a better one.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Also, I did leave one out. I remember when I said I don't think they made an animated horror movie yet?
Yes.
I was wrong. Monster House.
I was just gonna say
is like one of my, also like I put it on every October, like Hocus Pocus. Monster House was ahead of its time. Like genuinely, truly, they couldn't make a movie about that premise, and there's a reason they haven't.
Yeah.
Because it is the penultimate. Like, you see the poster on Netflix or wherever, and you go, the animation looks a little iffy. Like, it's called Monster House, for God's sake. Like, is it going to be that good? And then you watch it and you're like, it's that good, folks. Yeah.
It's stop animation, right?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, shit.
It's one of the first movies to, back in the day, kind of like Polar Express, to utilize motion tracking for some of its stuff. I'm not sure how much of it was or if it was all of it. But I do know that, like, they tried going for, I think, that, like, effect or that medium, just because I also think that cartoonish, weird texture fits that world so well, because it helps boost the weirdness of the house. Everything else is so smooth in that movie that when you see the house and all the, like, splinters and the wood and all of that, you're like, oh, that's different. Yeah. Also just a really crazy, like, you would have never have guessed that you're going to get a story that horrifying from a kid's movie.
I love that.
And the visuals are also scary. And people, like, almost die.
Oh, that's crazy.
They all get barfed out at the end or whatever, but that house had to have eaten people before the cast of characters we saw today. So
absolutely.
For sure, yeah.
A girl's got to eat.
A girl has to eat, period. I could talk about animated movies probably for a minute.
I know. Animated movies are so fun.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That one was so fucking good. Oh my Jesus Christ.
The new one?
Yes, dog.
I don't watch it all the way through.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Did you at least meet Ice Cube as Superfly?
Was he the rat guy?
That's Shredder.
Dad?
That's their dad.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who that's played by?
No.
Jackie Chan.
Oh, Slay!
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
it eats, yeah. No, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wait, is he the cop?
You're thinking of Babes. You're thinking of Spider-Verse. It's okay. No, they are turtles that are raised by a rat, and they're mutants, and they meet halfway through the movie-ish. They meet their cousin.
Don't they meet like more mutants?
Superfly.
Yes,
he's a big mutation.
Fly.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I did meet.
They meet Paul Rudd as a weird gecko. He's like, whoa, like that vibe. That movie, beyond any of the Spider-Verse movies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so those are animated and they're really good.
There's what, 2 of them?
Yes, there's a third one on the way, but we'll
Allegedly.
see. Allegedly. Pay your animators, Disney. What the fuck? Hello. Gosh, is there anything else that's happened recently?
That's a loaded fucking
Well, how
question.
dark do we want to get, I guess?
What do you mean?
There was a news report that came out today that I saw on TikTok that was aired on ABC7 Chicago, and I found out through a crime that happened in Oregon through the ABC7 Chicago TikTok.
Oh.
An 80-year-old woman was found inside of a suitcase. Obviously, very much not inhabiting her Earth vehicle. But that was crazy. I saw that and I was like, how did I find out about that through Chicago? Through Chicago news reporting. You would think like my fucking thing would have gone off.
No, your Citizen?
My Citizen. I downloaded this app called Citizen that lets you know about crime in your area, and I downloaded it specifically in Chicago when I was living near. It's not even a bad side of Chicago, but I was just living in a bigger, crowded city, and I wanted to know why I was hearing so many sirens, and because I'm nosy.
Well, you lived in South Loop.
Yeah.
Which for anybody who has lived in Chicago, that's like downtown proper.
Yes.
So it's not dangerous. There's just a lot of fucking people.
And a lot of shit that happens.
Yes.
I loved living in Chicago, though. That was probably one of my favorite eras of my life. I'm glad it didn't last too much longer because honestly, I don't think I do well in cities like that. Just because I feel everything feels so like in the winter time there, dog, everything felt so gray and so dark and so terrible. The buildings looked fucking scarier in the winter. I didn't understand why.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of ways to get sunlight.
No, and that's the thing about living in like downtown is like you are surrounded by high rises. So when it's wintertime and the sun sets at 4:30, it feels like fucking Gotham at 5.
Straight up.
Like it's crazy
also,
shadows.
On the record, was actually Gotham.
Literally, probably.
Like we filmed in the streets of Chicago for Gotham.
We did. No, but Citizen, I had the craziest alert the other day. I was just like vibing. I was talking to a friend Mac, and I hear a ding 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 ding, which is a Citizen like bell notification, and it was like threats of a person yelling, and I was like, oh, that's pretty normal. 70 feet away from you, I said, hey, are you in my house?
Yeah, are you in my building?
Are you in my house?
What the fuck? Yeah, no.
But what's the craziest Citizen notification you've seen? Because that's not the craziest I've seen, but it's definitely the closest.
I hate when Citizen sends you the like global, the national ones. I'm like, girl, that's not happening near me. I don't need to worry about that right now.
No, literally.
When it's like listeria outbreak, I'm like, thank you for letting me know, but also like I don't eat out enough for this to affect me or buy groceries that aren't frozen. But I think the craziest one that I've gotten probably was in Chicago. I think I remember saying that there was a shootout that I remember hearing the gunshots for and thinking it was just I knew they weren't fireworks, but I was telling myself that they were. Yeah.
Copium.
That was crazy. Yeah, the copium. Yeah, I think that has to be the craziest one, but like again, I'm not going to be like Chicago's dangerous. No. It's not. It's just like people like it's just the result of cramming a bunch of people into one area. There's just more of a risk for shit like that to happen. I have a rule that I enacted in Chicago that I don't really follow too much anymore, but I should be. But I used to call in Dungeons and Dragons, there is, if you're a GM, you know that if your party is traveling through the wilderness, there is like, there's sort of like a chart that says you have characters roll dice, and if they roll a certain thing, this thing happens. And so I called it the D12 encounter of Chicago, where depending on how many times you went outside your apartment that day, the rate of you encountering something crazier was going to happen. But if you ever hit or something like, let me give you an example. So like a rat running across the street in front of you, or like seeing human shit on the ground, or like anything like that, like that's a 1 on the encounter table. Seeing a fight, seeing like someone steal something, like I used to put that stuff at like 10, 11, but like 12 was reserved for like especially crazy shit that I never really saw. But yeah, and I was pretty much right a lot of the time too. Like it just, as the day went on, the more you went outside, the crazier shit kind of got sometimes.
Yeah.
Dude, St. Patrick's Day in Chicago.
It's a
hated it.
Breed.
I hated it. People were throwing up on the fucking sidewalk and just pushing on. And like, I get the idea of wanting to have like a fun party for an entire day, but ew, dog. Like, that's gross.
Dude, Chicagoans take St. Patrick's Day to a different fucking level. They dye that river green and all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. Like, shit. People start drinking at fucking 8 a.m. They go on bar crawls at fucking 9 in the morning. Like, I have never seen another city show out for, of all holidays, St. Patrick's Day. No offense, Irish people.
Yeah.
What the fuck goes on a St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. I want to know about, like, from Ireland. Like, hey, guys, is it that crazy over there, too?
I don't think they celebrate it.
Yeah, right? So, like, why are we going so ham?
That's a great fucking question.
Yeah, I know. I'll never forget, too, when we went to that one Mexican restaurant on the nicest day in the middle of the winter, and we had to enact like our kind of white womanness, because like I think Maddie and we both worked in the service industry, so we're very understanding of like shit happening or whatever. And we were like, the weather was nice when it was gray for like 2 months straight, and we were like, it's supposed to be 60 degrees, let's go out, let's do like an adult thing and like get lunch together and have a few drinks and walk around, and that'll be the day. So we picked this Mexican looking place because we're like, margaritas or whatever for this nice weather sounds great. We get our drinks. That's the first thing they bring us. But like we order tacos and it takes them an hour and a half, I think, or something like that. We waited for a long time.
Something so fucking ridiculous that we had already finished the drinks.
Yeah, like, and we were like, well, I guess this might have been a bust, but like, we're just gonna go. We just mentioned, we're like, hey, like, we're gonna go. Like, can we just pay for the drinks? Like, we ordered food, but like, we don't need it anymore. It's good. We really just wanted drinks and food, but like, we're good with just the drinks. Can we take the food off of our tab and go? And they were really nice about it. Yeah. They were like, that's on us. Here, take these tacos, free to go. We'll just charge you for the drinks. And that was it. And the tacos were like mid. And then that's when I was like, damn, so maybe we're not built for that. But like, it wasn't an Applebee's though. That's where we fucked up. It wasn't an Applebee's or a Chili's.
It was like this like millennial core restaurant where they had like LED lights and like palm trees on the menu and like overpriced drinks and way overpriced food. But we're like, let's be the girls. Yeah. Like, let's go out. Mistake. Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, like the tacos weren't terrible. Like it was good. And they were cold, but like it was still pretty good.
And it was free food at that point.
And it was free food, yeah. So I'm not a fool, and I'm not an idiot. And I wasn't raised yesterday. I love free food.
Hell yeah, period.
Any closing thoughts?
I love getting margaritas with you. Yeah, that's my favorite thing. I love a margarita with my girl.
I love a margarita. And fun fact to close this podcast out on: Oregon, 0 Chili's. So that's our cross we carry. That's our burden. But thank you so much for tuning into the Gay Pod.
Chili's, come to Oregon, or it's on site next time.
Oh, she's off script. It's okay. Let her let it out, guys. Let her let it out. Go off, queen.
It's just on site, Chili's. If you don't come to Oregon, I'm gonna be really sad because I really want a triple dipper. And a 3 for $10.
I want those buffalo mozzarella sticks. I know.
Why are you depriving us from those?
What did we do, I guess, is my question.
You know what this feels like? Homophobic.
Title of video, Chili's is homophobic.
No, I love Chili's. Wait, I'm sorry, Chili's. Hey, Chili's. Hey, Chili's. Wait, hey, Chili's. Wait.
We're just 2 Midwestern girls that live on the West Coast, and now we're being punished for it.
We just love you, and I just miss you, and this really feels like a text to an ex that, you know, I really just want to come back. Like, please, Chili's. I'll be better.
Guys, comment down below if you want a Chili's to come to Oregon for us so we can go and record an episode of the pod there.
Do you have any closing thoughts?